What the fuck is this piece of shit?
Joker 2, Folie, Deux. What the fuck did I just watch, man? Struggling with his dual identity, failed comedian Arthur Fleck meets the love of his life, Harley Quinn, while incarcerated at Arkham State Hospital. Yeah, basically, if you thought the first one was maybe slightly entertaining at a push, similar to what I did, then this one is worse, and with singing, so that's fun. I had heard a lot of negativity going into this, and I thought that the first was overrated anyway, so I went into this with pretty low expectations, and somehow still left pissed off. I mean, we knew that this was going to be the movie equivalent of thumbing in a softie for a sequel. We never needed another one, and I don't even think director Todd Phillips wanted to do another one. It feels like the last made $1 billion, so Warner Brothers basically put a gun to his head and said that he had to make this, and then out of spite made it 2.5 hours long where nothing happens, and it also somehow detracts value from the first film too. Quite impressive when you look at it like that. They've gone for a very different spin here. Joker in the other films is very gangster orientated, leader of these mobs, you know, just generally there to cause chaos. And in this one they went in the different direction of making the Joker fucking boring. There's like 2 different scenes that this movie takes place in. One is Arkham Prison and the other is the courtroom, and it shouldn't be over 2 hours long to do that. I'm convinced this became a musical when they realised nothing interesting was happening in this film and they needed to spice it up. Because when there's music, there's often a journey through Arthur Fleck's imagination, where he actually does something entertaining, maybe dance, kill someone, maybe actually wear the Joker outfit. But yeah, that's just all in his head. The real world stuff is just him being dead weight in prison and sitting in a courtroom, which, look, I'll be fair and say the courtroom stuff was slightly more interesting. It could have been a really good story on the trial of Joker, but the movie just doesn't really capitalise on that. It could have been something about the chaos on Joker, or how he's able to escape Arkham Prison, or incite riots across the city to bring him to that level of mob leader that we've seen him in the comic books. Instead, they pedal backwards on the Joker character, doubling down on this just not being Joker, but a crazy dude instead. A wild decision. Okay, positive things. I mean, the movie looked good in a lot of parts. Some of the shots in here were pretty gorgeous. Again, mostly stuff that was in his head. Basically, anytime Joker is actually costumed up with a cigarette in a strikingly different environment to the fucking grey prison and courtroom that we've been stuck in for the last few hours. Joaquin Phoenix is okay in the role, and maybe less so to say for Lady Gaga as Harley, because Harley Quinn as a character in this film is just barely used well. But they're kind of fine when they're sharing scenes together, until they start bloody singing. Then I hope an off-screen character just puts a bullet in one of their heads. Gleeson was one of the security guards in it, and I actually liked him. He was pretty good in this. To be fair, he's always good, but yeah, he made the boring prison scenes slightly more bearable to watch. And there's a particular scene in the courtroom with the return of Lee Gill's character, where he's giving testimony against Joker. This is honestly the best scene of the film. So tense, and it really showed the intensity and the unpredictability of Joker. If the rest of the movie was even as half as interesting as this scene, it would have been great. Ugh, yeah, don't watch this. It's boring, the music kind of sucked, sets and camera work were good, but it's a movie that just never needed to happen. And I'm gonna bleach my brain of this so that I hopefully don't remember this movie in a week's time. Maybe I'll watch something like Megalopolis and see if that helps me instead. Right, Joker 2, have you seen it? My condolences if you have. Let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below. It's been a dry month at the cinema, so it's a bit of a shame that this was the first big thing back in. Onwards and upwards, I guess, at least. If you liked this video, feel free to like and subscribe, and as always, stay tuned for more reviews on movies, anime, and video games. Until next time, guys, take care. Bye bye.